Silver holders, my head is spinning. I nearly fell out of my chair looking at this price rise this morning, and I have to say this is excellent. So like a good dream coming true. The ascent in this price graph has been rapid, it's been strong. We're going to talk about this because I am seeing some FUD crop up in the market. I'm seeing some big articles saying right here silver is extremely overbought and investors shouldn't chase prices right there. We'll talk about that in today's video. So what happens next with the silver price? And I want to talk to you about the fundamental factors that are going into silver right now, because we are seeing some things that are literally, we're witnessing history. So we're seeing history in the making today and pretty much every day. And a lot of our predictions we've been talking about right here on the channel, they're coming, correct. They're coming true. And we'll talk about the Iran situation as well. So if that sounds good to you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get straight into this one. So obviously, guys, this has just been a phenomenal run. So head is spinning, falling out of chairs, stumbling over myself right now. $103 coming in for silver. And remember, this is the paper price. This is not even the real price, right? So we have been checking out the real prices, and today they have skyrocketed. So these are the physical prices, and you are looking at what is it? I think bullion is closed today, but it's been breaking upwards, to be honest with you. So you're looking at really high physical prices. I'd say silver is about 115 USD, if not 120 USD, really. So this is the paper price. Remember that. So that is looking really nice right here. And as I've been telling you guys on this channel, if you have been listening to the words I have been speaking about, I have been telling you guys about the perfect storm that has been brewing in for silver, and we are getting the perfect storm right now. And I actually think this storm over time is actually going to get stronger. So listen to what I have to say. I will do a risk warning though, because obviously this chart is absolutely spiking. This is like stuff you see in the crypto market. But I'll give you guys my honest take on this as well. But the perfect storm is here. So why do I say the perfect storm is here for silver? We have one of the biggest things. I'll just get straight to the important stuff. Look, there is a lot of speculation happening around the world that another strike on Iran is happening soon. So that is what is breaking over on X. On my X today, I can't even load it. For some reason, my X is down. Maybe the Iranians have hacked X or something. I don't know, but X is not working for me. But what I will tell you from yesterday's video, remember I told you guys that, Greenland might be a bit of a distraction. So it was a bit of a meme because in the background, Trump has been maybe doing some 5D chess. And right now we have breaking intelligence that is circulating around the market that, ships, carriers, planes, they're all getting ready for a potential big attack against Iran. That is what the speculation is saying. So you're seeing the build-up of rhetoric against Iran. You're seeing protests in Iran. Remember the first attempt at overthrowing the regime in Iran didn't work, okay? And remember, this is all playing perfectly into the silver market. We'll explain why, but it didn't work, and the reason was Starlink got shut down. And right now, the internet is still down in Iran, so you can't actually do anything. You can't go on the internet. It is a complete blackout. This country is in complete darkness right now in terms of internet. And I think the next way through is this is just, some intelligence that might happen is, America, the USA, might now target, those jammers, those machines that are shutting down Starlink in Iran. Maybe they will be the targets of the next strike. So remember, those machines, those jamming systems are preventing the internet from, coming online. Maybe USA takes it out. Maybe that's going to give the coordination to groups within Iran then to overthrow the regime. That is some of the intelligence coming out over on X, coming out over on the market, and it's something to have on the radar as we kind of go. Now, you have to understand that is just one element playing into the silver prices. So if you have been living under a rock, what you have to understand is the silver price is going up. Guys, a lot of commodities are going up as well. So gold, platinum, it's all starting to really start to move. So you can see right here on the year, Gold, 80% on the year. Silver, 236%. Copper, 38.65%. Steel down, surprisingly, but lithium up 119%. Platinum up 190%. So why is this happening? Why is there such a rush into precious metals right now? Why is 2026 potentially the year of silver, potentially the year of precious metals? Again, we go back to the perfect storm. So we have like chaos happening in the world. You have all these countries getting invaded, taken over, more unrest in the Middle East. You have this geopolitical wars. That's not going to stop, right? At the same time, you look at the US national money printing. Guys, there is no plan to fix that. US national debt is going to the moon. Okay, so what do people do in those situations? They can't trust the US dollar. You cannot trust fiat, right? It is just, politicians abuse it. They use it, they print it, they manipulate it. Your dollars are getting worth less and less. So that is another perfect storm element, is politicians continue to be politicians. And it's not just the USA. So if you are tuning in from the USA, shout out to you today, but it's also all Western countries. I mean, I reckon all countries around the world actually have that problem. It's where you get people in power, particularly politicians, and generally speaking, they just act like they're in the swamp. And you know what they do? Print out money, inflate the economy. That's how they work. Now, remember, silver, precious metals, it is the complete opposite of that system, because it's hard money, but I wouldn't really classify it as money. It's actually a useful asset. So you can use these assets in the future economy, right? You can use gold, you can use silver. It's going to be highly, highly demanded, right? Copper as well. So platinum as well. It's a very useful asset. You need these assets in the future economy. And remember, the other thing that is absolutely ripping holes, and this is going to open up the economy like a robotic knife coming into the old underbelly. Guys, AI is here. And you believe me when I say this, AI is getting stuck into the digital economy right now. So YouTube, X, everything is going AI right now. Claude Code, all this stuff. I'm learning it in the background as well. Why am I learning AI? Because I have to. There is no choice. If you don't learn AI, especially if you're in like the analysis sector of like YouTube and just anything connected digitally, I recommend just trying to get an understanding of this, because this is also causing a perfect storm element. And again, this is playing a role into these silver prices. Why? Because, there is no replacement to silver. There is no replacement to gold. There is no replacement to platinum. This is not stuff that is going to be impacted by AI. And the reason is AI needs this stuff, right? You need gold, silver, platinum, precious metals actually to build GPUs, to build processors, to build the infrastructure of AI. So this is actually tying into AI very, very nicely indeed, even though AI is one of these kind of black boxes that we are seeing how it's all going to play out coming up in the future, right? But that is absolutely something to factor in. And look, the storm is not over yet. So yes, we do understand Iran is on the radar now, but remember, as I have been predicting to you, if the Iranian regime does fall, let's just say in the next couple of weeks, as a geopolitical prediction tied into silver, right? This might potentially go. Where will the focus then go once this is over? Once this is over, guys, straight back to Russia, straight back to China. These are going to be the two fronts that may potentially be next. And I think the geopolitics, the war front will continue, and it's still going to be very, very chaotic, right? It's going to be very, very chaotic. I would rank China as the biggest boss, and then, Russia is definitely up there to some degree, but it's not as strong as China. But you have to watch out for that. And again, we're going to see, as time goes on, money come into silver. And the other thing to watch out for as well, and this is a small factor, I wouldn't say it's a massive factor, but it's something to have on the radar. Look, we understand the crypto market perfectly. If anyone's got the experience between crypto and precious metals and understanding, connecting it all, guys, it's us right here on this channel. And the reason I say that is because, look, at the moment, Bitcoin is going stagnant. It's going a little bit stationary. You can see the Bitcoin price. Factor this in, right? As Bitcoin goes stationary, sometimes in the crypto market, people can get impatient and they will look at assets that are trending, that are going up, and they're going to jump on the train. So you will see a little bit of trading from crypto to silver if those people don't have that exposure yet. So there's going to be people out there who are 100% into crypto, right? But if they see, silver going, precious metals, and they want to get some diversity, what might happen is some of the crypto people might come into silver, they might come into gold, they might come into platinum, they might come into copper. And what's my opinion on that, guys? I love diversity. So if you've been following my channel, you would understand I'm a big fan of diversity. I love having multiple exposures to different assets, and it's not just because of the money, and of course you can get different gains in different asset classes, but it's also the psychological relief, because I'm actually an emotional investor. As logical as I might sound, I get quite emotional, as in, like, I hate FOMO, right? I hate FOMO, I hate missing out. I like to have a bit in a lot of things, and that way I don't get FOMO, right? So I've got gold, silver, platinum, but I like this this diversity, but there has to be reasons behind why I'm going into this. And I also own a bunch of ETFs as well. I own ETFs in different things as well, and they're more of your boring assets, but again, I like the diversity. I like it. That's something I do. Again, not financial advice, make up your own decisions, but you have to remember, look, as I've been saying to you on this channel, I'm not in the market to trade silver or gold or platinum in the short term. With the way this economy is going, with the way this society is, to be honest, it's going down, it's falling. Trust is going down. These assets literally start to shine, gold, silver, platinum, because people can trust them, right? When they can't trust politicians, when they can't trust their government, where do they go? They go to precious metals, they go to decentralized communities, they go to, people they can trust, and that is where the money is going currently. Now, I just want to caveat by saying, I forgot to mention this at the start of the video though. So anytime you do see rapid run-ups in the price, right, there could potentially be a pullback at some stage, okay? Why do I say that? Because that happens literally every market, every asset ever, because you will have short-term traders in here. So where there is going to be a mix of long-term stackers, there will be a mix of short-term traders. Those traders at some stage, once the momentum starts to slow down, and sometimes we can see it on these candles. So these are actually color-coded candles, so you can actually see momentum shifts. Once we start to see a bit of the momentum slowing down for silver, I expect those people to take profits. I expect those people to, cause a bit of a retracement on the price. I just want to caveat, because anytime you look any asset, you see a spike like this, people will eventually take profits, because there's some people out there, even though it's been like, say $10 or $20 going up, some people are loading up on leverage. Some people have been putting big money into these short-term trades as well, and they will be locking in profit. So just factor that in. Again, this is not FUD against silver. This is not FUD against precious metals. It's just literally what happens in every single market in the world, including crypto, including stocks, including precious metals, anything. Like anytime there's a run up like this, expect to take profits. But also, look, when you're investing into any type of asset, right, you have to also think, what are the long-term fundamentals you believe in? And I'm just sharing what I believe in on this channel, but you are free to make your own decisions. And again, unfortunately, I do have a somewhat, bearish outlook on the government and politicians and monetary debasement. Again, I wish I could be more optimistic about it, but I'm not. I'm just telling you the truth right here. And but that's a massive update. Again, I just want to say congratulations to everyone who's been on the silver train. It's chewing along, choo. Next stop, $150. Let's go. But that's more of a long-term one. And then, 200, 250. Why stop? If the situation continues to go how it is, it could go way higher in the future. But guys, that is a massive update. Enjoy the silver train. It is a 5-star luxury trip right now. We are enjoying it, getting some scenic views, first class. Baby, let's go. I'm excited today, guys. Really appreciate you tuning in. I will see you in the next one. Economic Zeus signing out.